In all 9 areas of activity, the white supremacists took a look at the entire world and said, hey, now, in order to really control all these dark-skinned people, you got to stand over them every day with a gun or a knife or something to make them do what we want them to do. But there's also another way to do it, a grander way, a more efficient way, the best way. After we get a little bit of control over them, we talk to them. Now, but when we talk to them, we have to talk to them in such a way that we confuse them, because we have found out, even among our own people, that if you can confuse someone and you can dominate them, if you can confuse the person that you want to dominate, if you can confuse that person, you can dominate that person as long as that person is confused. Once that person gets to the place you can't confuse them, you got a problem, all right? So in all 9 areas of activity, the white supremacists took a look at the entire planet and said, we are going to spread confusion among all of these dark-skinned people wherever we go. We're going to first go in with the gun, all right, and do a little killing and whatnot. But at some point, we can't keep that killing up. You know, if we're going to dominate them, we just can't kill them all and all like that. So at some point, we got to say, wait a minute, let's stop all this killing. I mean, let's quiet down and come to some kind of agreement. Just like, you know, any criminal operation. All of the, you know, the organized criminal crime people, at some point, they stop all the shooting in the street and whatnot, all the hits on people, and they say, hey, wait a minute. Let's all the mobs come together and let's have a conference. I mean, so they did that. But they did that with their potential victims, people that they were going to continue to victimize. So they used that same technique, and they did it in all areas of activity. They did it in economics, in education, and they're still doing it, in entertainment, in labor, in law, in politics. Tell you what I'm going to do in politics, promise them everything and give them nothing. In law, in religion, for sure, confuse them in religion, keep them all confused in religion. Religion is something, what? A strong belief backed up by action, all right, with some type of deity that you look up to and whatnot. You definitely got to confuse them when it comes to religion if you're going to dominate them. Always have them eating out of your hand when it comes to religion. You let them slip away from you when it comes to religion, they're going to slip away from you in economics and education and everything else. So you've got to make sure that you dominate the things that they really look up to. You dominate and steer that the way you want it to go, and the way you want it to go is straight to you. Okay. And in the next area of activity, sex. You got to dominate their sexual comings and goings. If you're going to dominate any people, you have to know what their sexual habits are. And you have to orchestrate what their sexual habits are going to be. How many babies they're going to have, all of this. What's going to happen to the babies. What those babies are going to be taught and how they're going to be taught. And among the dark-skinned people in 2017, and way back before then, the white supremacists have said in the sexual area, confuse them to the max. See to it that those boys do not have any type of masculinity at all. Make them walking eunuchs so that they are attracted to each other or to other males. See to it that all of those dark-skinned people, as many of them as you can collar, are like that. Steer them in that direction and pay them well to go in that direction. If they're in the entertainment field, pay them well to lead other people in that direction. If they're in the education field, for sure, the colleges and whatnot, their schools, go and steer them in that direction. in that direction. And then that will leave the females standing there looking at each other. And since they are just standing there looking at each other, and they don't have any males around, and the males are all gone because the males are all chasing each other, then the females will start chasing each other. Now we got what? We got maximum confusion.
Yes.
All right? And we were glorified. We are paraded up and down the streets. And then in the war section, well, it's all war. And we have won the war. So we don't even have to worry about that, because all the rest of it is war anyway.
Yes, sir.
We have made war on these people. They are conquered people. We got them eaten out of our hands. Let's keep it that way.
Wow.